The Charles Richardson Show is uncensored and is for adults only. Mature or immature, doesn't matter.
Introducing Trailer Trash Barbie. She's larger and meaner than them other prissy, stuck-up thinking they're better than you Barbies. Now, every girl can live the fantasy of ignorance and poverty with her special trailer park friend. Every Trailer Trash Barbie comes complete with 2 packs of Marlboro Lights for Barbie's smoking pleasure, a bottle of drugstore brand scotch to refresh Barbie during her busy day of bitching, stinking, and watching TV. Waffle House and Shoney's uniforms sold separately. Trailer Trash Barbie comes with platinum blonde hair with black roots showing, blue eyeshadow, and cocoa beige colored teeth. Plus, a miracle procreation button. Press button on Barbie's back, and she's pregnant again. There's also an action pull string where Trailer Trash Barbie can say up to 11 phrases, including,
I done told you freaking kids to get the hell out of my yard. Oh, damn constipation again. Where the frig are my cigarettes?
and more. Barbie double-wide dream trailer with stained carpet, broken steps, and black and white TV sold separately. And coming soon, abusive boyfriend Ken with sour milk breath.
Popular misconception about girls is that we don't like to eat. Girls love to eat. Yeah. We just don't like to eat in front of a guy that we like. That's the difference. When you first meet a guy that you like, you can't eat the way you want to on a date. You can't. You can't have that 4th plate of ribs on a date. I found out. Going on a date, society dictates that guys can do what they want, women have to be dainty. So he's gonna get fries, a burger, half a gazelle, whatever he wants to eat. Girls, you get the menu, what are you ordering?
Salad.
Like hot little robots.
Salad.
And it's an excruciating experience because you're trying to just look pretty the whole time. He's sitting there enjoying his burger. You're eating your lettuce. You're just sitting there like, oh. You've abandoned the utensils. You ordered like a koala. You may as well eat like one. You're just like, He's talking. You can't focus because you're starving, right? He's yapping. You're just like, you finished your lettuce. There's no more watercress on the plate. You're just you pull one. You're looking at his food. You're like, what's that over there? Fried. Talking. You can't focus. You're not getting any nutrients to your brain. You're just kind of staring out the window, wondering what birds taste like. Just like you finished your lemon wedge like an hour ago. He's still eating, he's still talking, and you're starting to get cold now. You're not getting any nutrition into your bloodstream. Your spine is sticking out. You're shivering. You're like a lost puppy. You start saying things that you don't mean. He's yapping. You start just saying things like, I would love to spend the afternoon with your mother. That sounds great. And no, I totally cared about that whole replacement refs thing. It really rocked my world as well. Once you're in a relationship, you can eat the way you want to. Once he loves you, you can roll out a trough at mealtime. It doesn't matter. You can put your hands behind your back, county fair pie eating contest style. Oh, I love you. Is that the house cat? Yeah. You can let it all hang out when he loves you. Then you can show him how you eat. Once you're in love, you can show him the 12-foot man-eating lizard you actually are. Your eyes light up red. Let's get cheesecake. Oh, cool, sweetheart. You want to share a piece of cheesecake? Tail swipe. Get your own. All right, sweetheart, dinner's over. Did you get enough to eat? I love when they ask that because I've always wanted to give this answer. Did you get enough to eat? Why? What else do you want? Your soul! Fire! Can I ask you a question? Does this tail make my butt look big?
Do you sometimes feel irritable, restless, uneasy, sad, normal, or just plain not high? Maybe it's time to try crack. Crack may cause shivers, night terrors, gay for pay, heart palpitations, homicidal paranoia, or the sensation that you're on fire. Peeing blood and seeing friends' faces as talking skeletons are possible side effects of crack. People who use crack may also experience 5 to 7 years in prison where brutal raping may occur. If you experience one or more of these side effects, consult your dealer. You may need more crack. Crack. Isn't it time you see what all the fuss is about?
What's sex without love?
Sex! It's still sex! Live from the Raw Talk Studios in Southwest Florida, it's the Charles Richardson Show.
Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Happy, what the hell day is it? Monday.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Wait a minute. It's not officially Monday yet.
It's my favorite day.
No, it's not officially Monday yet until we play the song. We got to play the song. Here we go.
Jesus.
What's the worst day of the week?
Killing my buzz.
M-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S. Here comes more aggravation and a brand new week of stress. M-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S. Monday sucks. Monday sucks. Monday sucks. Monday sucks. Forever will it make you want to cry, 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 cry. Come along and sing the song. Now get it off your chest. M-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S.
Yeah, it's officially Monday. And with Monday, we go ahead and welcome in a new co-host, trying him out there to see if we like him. And if we don't, we'll just throw him back or, take in the receipt to Walmart and get our money back for him. But Eric is joining us right below there, wearing a Michigan Wolverines hat. So already off to a bad start. What's going on, Eric?
Hey, you know what? If it's ruining your day, I think I'm in good shape.
All right, excellent. Now,
Well
and this is
said.
what he tells his customers too. He met him through work. Wow, he's already getting me choked up already. How about that?
Well, see, you're a sensitive guy.
I had another bit to play. That's why we're starting at 5 after the hour and not 9 after the hour. So I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyway, we're starting now, and we do have a guest tonight. So John said over here, says Monday would be better if I can just get a BJ. Listen. I don't know what guy you're dealing with, man, but you need to start paying him better. That's all I can say. They cost extra. Mikey coming in says hey to John, and John says hey Mikey. Maybe that's who you need to get the blowjob from. Maybe Mikey's the guy to get it from.
Jesus Christ.
John's saying the Carolina Panthers football cheerleading squad is a new team cheerleader. I'm hesitant to know. Let me guess. It's somebody that's transsexual. Somebody that used to be a guy, now is a chick, and is wearing Spanx.
No, negative. No. You can't say used to be and still.
No. Whatever. I can say what the fuck I want to say.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, how am I wrong?
Because you're saying, well, they used to be a guy and is now. No, bullshit. It's still a guy.
All right, thank you. So you and I are on the same page. That's good.
I'll say it for you.
Well, you can say it for me. You can be the bad guy. That's fine.
I've got enough.
You got longer facial hair than I do. That's fine.
I've got enough friends. I'm not worried about anybody liking me for what I say. Fuck them.
Oh my God, Philip. Of course, telling everybody.
You know the curious thing.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
About the whole transgender thing. Is that if I'm playing basketball and I'm playing basketball against a guy, and then the guy becomes a transgender, does that mean he can go to the WNBA if he's, say, like Shaq size?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the answer.
That's the answer. Now,
I mean, just in college swimming, all they got to do is take a year off and then come back on the other team, and they let it happen.
I mean, you see what happened. He blew away every record, and the guy had a Johnson right there, plain to see. I don't know if swimming got him hard or what, but it's like that. It's plain to see right there. It's just, and even Brooke Bennett, who I interviewed, by the way, gold medalist, Olympic champion, said that is just disgraceful. It is, because it's like
it's an unfair advantage.
It's an unfair, right? There you go. It's not unfair.
We're talking science. We better stop.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
For disinformation.
Talk to Fauci. Talk to Fauci about science. That's all I can say. All right, listen. She's here. Well, a little bit early, but we're going to go ahead and bring her in. She is she is the writer, author of lots of fantasy books. There, Boundless Fantasy. You can actually check her website out, boundlessfantasy.wixsite.com. Christen Stovall. I'm hoping I said that correctly. Is that right?
No, it's Christen Stovall.
I knew I was going to say that the first time. I'm like, she looks really fancy. I'm going to go say Stovall. I'm just going to go ahead and do that Duval little chant thing going on there. So.
I'm not fancy. I'm just a big nerd.
I apologize, Christian, if this offends you, but I have to tell us back to Peter.
Fuck
Philip.
you!
Peter. Yes, little Peter. Anyway, that's, what? Out of all the interviews, that's only the second name I botched. The first one was just completely had another name in there. That was just, I called him, I think, William instead of Peter or something like that. It's like,
no, he called one guy who was named Rodriguez. He called him Gonzalez.
Rodriguez. Yeah, that was even worse. That's even worse.
Well, in fairness, I do spell my name different than most Christians. So I get called Christian or Christine a lot, but it's Christen.
Now, do you have like a nickname that you go by, or it's everybody call you Chrissy or something like that?
No, they all call me Christen. I mean, I have some that are just like individual inside jokes with friends, but they wouldn't make sense outside of that.
The ones that are rubbing your elbows that have known you for like 20 years, it's like, okay, I'm going to call you this name. Just like my family, my individual family, and Eric or Philip, I'm not going to acknowledge either one if you say my name this way, but people call me Chuck. So I'm not doing it. And no, the what's up, Chuck, I've already heard plenty of times. It ain't happening.
No, I'll call you Chuck and you answer to it.
That's only when you had my hair pulled. That's it. So
no, mostly just Christen.
Okay, which is fine. Listen, I'm going over your website, and it's phenomenal of all the books that you've had coming out. You've actually had a recent one come out. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it still says coming soon, but it had.
Oh, I need to change that.
Agent of Change. So yeah, the Agent of Change that came out, and it's like you have. You got a trilogy going on. You got another chronicle item. I mean, website's impressive, and this.
Thank you.
And this all happened. I know I mentioned to you on the email. We didn't have to talk about this, but it seemed like a lot of this motivation came after your husband had passed.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever have any inspirations of doing this before then? Like, what was your goal before?
Well, I wrote before, but I mostly just dabbled in sort of like Lord of the Rings fan fiction. I wrote, but I always wanted to write about like obscure characters or make up my own. I didn't want to stick with main characters, so ultimately I wanted to write my own stories. Uh, and I, of course, sort of played with the idea when I was a teenager of maybe I'll write a book. But then, I met Dustin and fell in love and got married, and then we wanted to raise a family and everything. And the realities of life and needing a job and paying your mortgage, all of those came in, and so writing got put on the back burner. And then after he took his own life, then I kind of came back to it as a source of comfort and to find closure by kind of giving us that goodbye, even though the trilogy is not about Dustin or I. That would just be weird. I don't think I could write a story about us necessarily. It'd be really boring too. It's like, how do we pay the bills this month?
Oh, the new best-selling fantasy book, How to Pay the Bills This Month by Christen.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't have a good rating to it. I think that would be one of those depressing.
I mean, it's like How to Train Your Dragon, but boring.
Oh, yeah. More thinking How to Train the Dragon's already boring enough, so it's like that's just depressing. So let me ask you this. So you say he took his own life. Was there any, because we both have been, we just got out of mental health May, Mental Health Awareness Month. So was there any signs that, now that you reflect on it, was there any signs that maybe he was having trouble, maybe there's some demons in his life that just didn't get resolved?
Yeah, for me, yes, I knew that he was battling depression, and he had attempted it once before unsuccessfully. But a lot of his friends didn't realize how bad it really was. I did, because I was right there on the front line of it all. But a lot of people didn't realize. To them, it came out of nowhere. To me, it was something that we had been battling, and it is a battle. It's depression and mental health should be taken seriously, and you can't just shove it off. It's work. It's hard.
Yeah.
And he was also dealing with chronic pain, which fed into the depression, and
now I
knew it was a risk. Yes.
Now, were you seeing, and was he seeing somebody for this, a pain doctor, psychiatrist, anything of that nature?
Oh yeah, I mean, he saw multiple doctors and specialists, and he saw different psychiatrists, because and I think a lot of people think you're just going to go to a therapist and boom, it's going to be perfect. They're going to give you a diagnosis and it's perfect. But therapists, you really do need to find the right one for you that you connect with, and then also with like the medications, you have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
So, but I'm a big advocate of looking after your mental health. It's important.
Absolutely. Now, once he passed, you did dedicate a book to him. It was your first book, actually. What was the name of that book?
Soulbound, and the first one is dedicated to him. That one has the most that's drawn directly from that experience. In fact, in the first few pages, it actually starts with the lead character, Aislinn. Her husband dies, and it turns out they're soulmates, and because their souls have formed a bond, she then develops the magical ability to heal. So that's kind of the launching point of the story. But the first few pages literally start with the moment of his death. And the character Aislinn screams. It's just this very loud scream, and then the aftermath of dealing with that loneliness and quiet when you lose your spouse. Those I drew the most directly from in terms of my experiences. I actually did scream when they found his body and confirmed that it was him.
Oh yeah, so, I wouldn't think anything less, to be honest. I'd feel horrific. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would scream, but I'd curl up in a ball in a corner and cry for like an hour.
Yeah, it was just. It was like it was so intense. I had to sort of cap it off, like just otherwise it was going to overwhelm me. I just had to have that release valve, and it wasn't like a conscious thought. It just happened. It just came out.
So this year, I'm reading on the overview of it. Mm-hmm. You got Aislinn, who actually goes into a magical world, and this is where the fantasy kicks in.
She is in that. It all takes place in that world, but she's sort of tossed into the. She came from a simple sort of farm, quiet, quaint place, and then is tossed into those bigger magical elements in the world because it's fun. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't get any magic powers when my husband
That's what I was
died.
about to ask you. I was about to ask you that you can get some healing powers now too. Come on, I'm
I mean,
a therapist too. You need to go ahead and put that magic on me.
I mean, maybe hopefully my books help some people, and in that regard, I've gotten some magical powers. But as far as I know, it wasn't an origin story. I didn't end up with any superhero powers.
No, but if it looks fun, it looks like it's one of these worlds that when you read the book, it's like you can put yourself into that land and just escape reality a little bit.
Yeah.
The one thing
And we all need to escape reality a little bit these days.
that's why they have Disney World. That's where I go.
Yeah, I finally got to go for the very first time in last September, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. You just have to let yourself be a kid.
The fact that you went in September and survived is I give you credit. You must have had a lot of water. That's all I can say.
It was actually we had really, really nice weather the whole time. There was only one day where it was on the hotter side, but other than that, the weather was really nice. We had one afternoon where it rained a little bit right before we were leaving. We lucked out.
Disney World or Disneyland? California.
Disney World. I meant Disney World. If I said Disneyland, it was a mistake.
No. You said Disney World, but I'm over here thinking really nice weather in September. That doesn't exist here in Florida. It's hot as balls.
No, we lucked out in September.
Nice.
We lucked out.
Philip actually has a question. Well, he put a question mark. I'm not sure if he's questioning my sanity or whatever, but he has a question.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, actually. Well, Ms. Stovall, first off, thank you so much for coming on, carving out a piece of Monday. So I really talk a lot about mental health and the importance, and more importantly, the resiliency, the recovery, just kind of moving beyond. So when you said, after your tragedy in your life that you didn't really gain any magical powers, but they're not really magical, but I mean, how much stronger are you now? Like, because you at the time you're like, there's no way I'm ever going to get through this. Oh my God. And now, I mean, as of today, Ms. Stovall, you have survived the absolute worst days of your life. So how does it prepare you going forward?
Well, I mean, I do think you look at things from a unique perspective of stuff might feel chaotic, but then you go, but it's not as bad as that day.
Yes, ma'am.
So it does kind of give you the ability, at least for me, I don't speak for everyone who's suffered a loss, but for me, it gave me the ability to kind of step back and look at stuff within context. Okay, this is stressful. Okay, this is difficult, but where is it on the scale of being widowed at 28? So it kind of tends to help me put things in perspective, and that doesn't work for everybody. Like for me, it's helpful. It's just easier to go, this is how bad it could be. This will suck for maybe a week, and then it will get better.
I appreciate you walking that. It's a dirt road that nobody likes to walk down, but I appreciate you having the courage to do so. Thank you, ma'am.
And even Philip, look what she's done. I mean, she's not only walked through that road of glass, but she's come out so much creativity on the other side. I mean, it's like it was an inspiration for her.
Oh man, I'm sorry that what happened to you did, but I honor you, ma'am, for dusting yourself off and keep going, man. I commend you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our newest member of our team, Eric, has a question. Eric, go ahead and make sure you're unmuted and go ahead with your question. I think Eric is frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
He might be frozen.
Sometimes questions have that effect.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what to say. Unfreeze yourself. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Again, apologize about that. But you are so courageous. A lot of people could not endure what you've done. When your husband passed away, and after you had time to grieve, did this serve as a source of inspiration for you to keep on going and pursue your dream?
It absolutely did. We'd only been married a year and a half, and we wanted children, and
Oh.
and I said this at the time, and this is one thing that I said in the book, is it didn't feel like just one person died. It felt like several people died all of a sudden. The children that we didn't ever have, they were gone. The person I would have been was gone. It wasn't just him. It was so many lives, so many plans that just ended. Like and I was left going, why? What's the point? And then through writing, I felt like I got to say goodbye, and I felt like I found a purpose. And it also made it so that I felt like the darkest chapter in his life wasn't going to be the last chapter. He was an amazing, wonderful, inspiring person, and I don't want that to be what people remember. The suicide. I want them to remember he was amazing and inspiring. I don't want them to remember that darkest moment. I want them to think of everyone and everything that he inspired.
Yeah, and that's good. I think I think according to what this book shows, I think you definitely did that. But that's not the only book in this series. You actually have a series. This is the number one of them, the Song of Souls trilogy. You have Soul Bound, Soul Fire.
Hey, Charles, I'm sorry, ma'am. How tall are you? Just out of curiosity.
Stop that.
No, Charles, just shut up. Hang on, ma'am.
I'm 5'1.5". I'm short.
All right, no, but Charles, did you catch the Yoda-esque moment that she just gave us?
I mean, it's awesome. I have a lightsaber, so I'm thrilled by this.
What you said something beyond wisdom, and Charles, I just want to make sure that you caught what she said. That when that moment happened, it wasn't just that death; it was all of the deaths that could have been.
Oh yeah,
ma'am, you just blew my mind. Because wow,
that's not Yoda. That's actually thinking like that's actually taking time to grieve and actually wondering all the possibility. It is. I'm not going to say it's not deep, but that's not Yoda deep.
Oh shit! Yeah, she just raised the bar for Yoda. But I'm sorry,
because Yoda's shorter than her anyway. So
barely.
Well, yeah, a little bit. She's a little bit shorter than my wife at 5'1".
I didn't want to take. I'm not trying to make light of it, but Charles, I just couldn't let that moment.
I don't know. You were making lightsaber like.
I could not let that moment.
I mean,
pass.
I'm a huge nerd. In fact, I've got a lightsaber just sitting right over there, and it's stunt grade, and it's just sitting.
Wait. Wait, what color?
Well, I got the white color, so I could put color discs in and change it according to my mood. Sometimes a girl wants to be Sithy.
I agree. I mean, listen, I'm just going to Disney and going to the Star Wars land and spending $199 and only picking one color. It's like, I don't know if I want to do that. So that's
I didn't get a Disney World lightsaber. I got the this one's actual stunt grade. Like I can and have fought with it. And it hurts really bad when it hits you. It hurts a lot.
Charles, I want to let you get back to her books, man. But I couldn't let that moment of brilliance pass, man, without pointing out.
No, that's okay. I know you and brilliance, they don't see ite to eye all the time. So
no, I love those. I love those moments. Those are teachable moments. I will never forget that.
Christen Stovall joining us today. She is an author of many fantasy books. The Song of Souls trilogy she's got on there, plus others there. It's called The Twisted Path. Ooh.
That's the prequel to the Song of Souls trilogy.
That's interesting. It already sounds like, man. I mean, I see you got the Disney castle in the background too. You better watch out; they could sue you for that.
It's not actually the Disney castle. It looks similar, but that's actually
close.
Fabricated. It's actually fabricated. I just sort of made it. I plopped towers together and puzzled it the way I wanted it.
What? So honestly, with all these books, obviously they have a fantasy drift into them. Are all of them in a fairy tale world? Are all of them with the wizards and goblins and stuff like that? Or do they take more of a human aspect and a human in a human world, but in a magical way?
Well, the other series, the Fae Touch Chronicles, actually does take place on Earth. It takes place in Victorian era Scotland and a little bit of England. So the stories, the first one starts the fall after the last confirmed Jack the Ripper killing. And we
Mhm.
do briefly sort of mention him. And the Fae Touched, which is the name of the series, is the Fae Touched Chronicles. Fae Touched are people who have Fae in their lineage, and because of that, they have some magical abilities. And hence we have the Fae Touched Chronicles. And so each book follows a different couple. That one has a little bit more romance leaning, but it's still got like the magic and the adventure of fantasy, because I mean, you're not going to get me to write it if it doesn't have some of that.
Right, right.
How do you
So-
wrap your mind around creating these worlds like this? I mean, I've got an imagination, but Jesus, that seems like really out there.
I mean, my mind never really shuts up with the creativity and imagining things. And that has been since I was a small child. I can't remember a time where I wasn't sort of creating stories and scenarios. I just didn't realize what it was that I could actually do with that until I got much older. But I remember in grade school there were these posters on this wall that had like a knight and a princess and a castle and a dragon, and it had something to do with pronunciation. I didn't pay much attention to that. I was coming up with the story as to why there was a knight and a princess and a dragon and a castle. So I mean, I've just
Wow.
always done it. And I've had a friend tell me my mind was a database of useless information. Well, haha, joke's on you. I found use for it.
That's
That's
nice.
what I'm talking about there.
Now, when you're talking about you get into romance, how deep does it? I'm a guy. I'm sorry. How deep does that romance go? Are we talking
Guys
about?
can be into romance too.
Okay.
Well,
Wait,
with
are
the
we
trilogy,
are we talking about humans, banging goblins or anything like that? Like, with talking about fancy bestiality? Is that what we're talking about?
no,
Come
no, no,
on,
no.
Charles.
In fact, the trilogy, the romance, obviously with the concept of soulbound and soulmates and all of that, romance does come into play. But it's sort of a secondary subplot to the main plot, which is very much that sort of classic good versus evil. And then the Fae Touch Chronicles, we delve a little bit more into romance, but they're not bodice rippers. We get a little steamy, but we always sort of tastefully fade to black. And there's a plot and a story that goes with it. There's a big misconception that if something has romance or is first listed as a romance, that it doesn't also have plot, but a lot of them do have plot, and the Fae Touch Chronicles certainly do.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can find Christen Stovall on Twitter at twitter.com/Christen Stovall, the full name, and on Instagram as well. Same thing with her full name, Christen Stovall. Now, again, it's spelled Christen, and then Stovall with the last name. So make sure you go ahead and follow her. She's one of the books that has come out, Agent of Change. That's your newest one. Why don't you go ahead and give people a little bit of insight of what that's all about?
Well, I've got it right here. This is actually the print proof that I got like back when we were first testing it.
Like, this
Agent
is
of
proof that she has it.
proof. They make sure that you can't sell it. It's not for resale. They're very, very careful about that.
Wow.
That is the last book in the Fae Touch Chronicles. With the way that the Fae Touch Chronicles work out is in the first book, 4 male friends are introduced, and they were schoolmates growing up. And this is back in Victorian era England and Scotland, so it was a boarding school, and that's where they all went. So they grew up to be friends, and then each book sort of follows their own individual story. And with Agent of Change, we discover that Quinn Rutherford has something of a tragic past, and he gets thrown into some things. That is the only, well, no, we briefly leave the mortal world and Lady of the Lock, but Agent of Change is one that predominantly does not take place in this world. It takes place in the Fae realm, which was fun because then I could go with like my co-author. She's the one that knew all of the Victorian history, and she was very good on all of that. And then when we got to this one, I was like, this is my sandbox. Bring on the creatures. We don't have to follow the rules now because I'm making them up as I go.
Nice. You can get Agent of Change on Amazon. It's actually was available on paperback as of May 19th. So we literally just a couple of weeks old. So
yeah, which is why the website hasn't been changed yet.
Congratulations, by the way. It's only $12.95 for a paperback. And if you know what, listen, if you don't like that, well, damn it, then you need to go ahead and get yourself a Kindle or a Nook. It's available on ebook as well, so make sure you go ahead and check that out as well.
And it's on more vendors through ebook, and it's only $2.99. All of the Fey Touch Chronicles are $2.99, and they're all on multiple platforms: Nook, Barnes and Noble, which I guess is Nook, Kindle, Google Play, just a bunch of them. I can't name them all off the top of my head, but it's a bunch.
If you can read books on your tablet, it's available there. By the way, just want to let you know, Eric has some bad internet problems, so he may not be with us. So it's hanging in there. It's hanging in there. But
it happens.
What's next? I mean, how long does it take to, just at a a ballpark figure, how long does it take to write one of these books?
It really depends on the book and what's going on around me, and sometimes the weather.
Really?
Soulbound took about a year to write. Just once I actually started writing it to finishing complete editing and it was ready.
Cool.
The actual writing process, I think, took the longest with that one as well. I was much faster with the editing. Soulfire, I wrote, I want to say in like 5 months. I was in the zone. I was feeling that story. Boundless, I psyched myself out and waited like a year before I was even ready to tackle it because it was the last one and that was scary. And that one, it took a little while. Twisted Path, there was this little thing called pandemic and no one could go out and do anything, and I wrote that almost 600-page book in 3 months.
It helps when you can't go anywhere, I guess. Just home. Let's just write.
That's a good question that you just kind of jump started. So how do you know when enough is enough, right? Do you have a page limit that you're always shooting toward? Like, okay, so 100 pages, at 12 font, double space, how do you weigh that out? Like, how do you know when
I generally look at word count over page count, because page count is, it's so dependent on your margins, on your book size, on your font size, and the kerning of your font. Like, so page count is not a reliable way to gauge. But I go by word count, and usually I don't have a specific word count in mind that I want to hit for completion of the book. I have a certain word count I want to hit per day when I'm writing. But I don't usually have a specific word count. It's when the story is done, it's done. And then my first drafts tend to be more skeletal, like they're not as filled out. I don't have as much of the description, and it comes with the rewrites and the editing that it really fleshes out. So I generally gain quite a few words once I get to that point.
Do you have an idea of what your next book may be, or is it too early right now?
Oh no, I have an idea, and it's another trilogy, and it is another project that I'm co-writing. The Fey Touch Chronicles were co-written with a friend and fellow author named Jennifer Sanders, who's awesome and great, and people should check her out as well. But we've been friends for 20 years, and we actually had 2 of the stories written that we just did for fun. And then one day I was kind of looking at them. Yeah, what we do is we each write different characters. So like in Seer's Choice, she was writing the leading hero, and I was writing the leading heroine, and we would just like kind of trade back and forth with other characters, and we'd go in knowing what needed to happen and where they were, and then just sort of write back and forth in character, and making sure we were in the correct point of view and everything.
Well, that's kind of cool. You guys, pretty much split you kind of split everything. It's like probably makes it a lot easier to go ahead and say, you know what, that's a good idea from her, and same vice versa. It's like, well, that's a good idea too. Do you dabble in video games like Final Fantasy or anything like that? You do? Really? Oh, I gotta hear some of these stories. Now,
I was surprised.
Are you up to date? Like, are you on the latest Final Fantasy? Or are you still playing a couple of series?
I'm not big into Final Fantasy. I'm huge into the Dragon Age games. Love them so much.
Okay.
So much do I love them. And then I also really, really enjoy Star Wars: The Old Republic. And what's fun is that my co-author also plays that, so we can get in there and play. There may or may not be a few characters from our books running around in a galaxy far, far away and lightsabering people. There's no way to know.
Yeah, we'll keep that on the down low. We don't want to release that information to the public now, do we?
In fact, I have a friend who is a gaming streamer. Everwin is her call sign, and she got the name from a character in Soulbound, who I sort of based off of her and named Everwin. And she was like, "Can I use that for my streaming handle?" And I'm like, "Yes, do it, go for it." I was thrilled.
That's free publicity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she does great, and she's really kind of picking up some momentum. So if people like to watch Twitch, they should check out Everwin as well.
Hey, now, Christen, you being a writer, that's a lot of time staying at home and just grinding out the work. But what do you do on your free time besides video games? What do you do on your free time? Are you finally getting back out? Are the coronavirus pandemic is kind of endemic, sort of.
Yeah.
Is there any fun outside of the Stovall mansion?
Well, I'm pretty introverted, so I like to be at home. But I also love going to Comic Cons. I'm just now shifting into where Comic Cons are also work. But I liked to go and cosplay. I love going to Ren fairs. Again, it's just fun. Anywhere where I can wear a costume in public, I'm into it. You know?
It looks like you're actually going into the Smallville Comic Con June 18th and 19th at Hutchinson, Kansas.
We're gonna have Boundless Fantasy will have a booth there, and what's really exciting is we're gonna have some custom perfumes and everything.
Custom perfumes? Explain that. Are these scents that you came up with or Jennifer came up with? I mean,
Jen came up with them. She knows what she's doing with all of that. I have no clue. We have one called Touch of the Fae, which is sort of a companion scent to go with the Fae Touch Chronicles. She's making one for the Twisted Path, and I have no idea what the scents are. I'm just like, no, you know what you're doing. You do it. Do the thing.
Yeah, do the scents. Now, does she go ahead? Hey, Christen, taste this out, and she sprays like in your face, like, how's that?
No, but I have accidentally sprayed myself in the face with things. But no, she actually lives not in the same state as me, so so I won't have. I'll get to see her in person again for the first time since we went to Disney World together, and I haven't seen her in person since last September. So in a few weeks we're gonna work the booth together, and I'm excited to see her.
Cool. You now has Zoom or like FaceTime been a big thing for you? Like, keeping up with your friends. If you don't get to see them, you at least get to see them, sort of.
Yeah, Skype, Facebook Messenger. Weirdly, a lot of my friends actually live out of state, so and they didn't all start that way. It's just they kind of all drifted. But I use that a lot.
By a tornado and they went to Oz or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I use Facebook Messenger a lot to keep in touch. Like, Jen is on Facebook Messenger. We sit there and message back and forth all the time. And I've received a few messages probably about the perfume ideas, and I've been ignoring them because I'm doing this. And I maybe forgot to tell her I was doing this.
Keep that sent to yourself right now. I'm busy.
But we're going to do one that's a dragon-themed scent, and then another one that's like mermaid themes with water smells, and then one called Natural 20, which I'm not like a D&D player, but she says that's a thing. So I'm just trusting her.
All right, question. I know that I
welcome
been
back
on camera. I apologize about that, but I caught everything. You're doing perfumes. Any thoughts about colognes?
I think some of the scents might be either or. I don't know. I haven't smelled them. This was a fairly recent development. Like, she lives out of state, so I haven't gotten to smell any of them. I'm just trusting.
Yeah, right now, the post office, I don't think they're letting a lot of liquids pass through that may smell like man or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that would probably be a hard no.
There's no reason for her to mail them when she'll be here in a few weeks anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Eric, go to Kansas and meet up with them and get doused by some mermaid perfume.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to be somewhat unisex. I don't know. But then, some smells that they say are unisex, some people will say are more geared toward women and more geared toward men. Smell is such a subjective thing,
Mm-hmm. Well, again, everybody, make sure you go ahead and visit Boundless Fantasy on our website, boundlessfantasy.wixsite.com, and make sure you look under Christen Stovall Books. They're there. You can also look it up on Amazon. They're there as well. And of course, 9 different ebook availability: Kindle, Nook, Rakuten, Scribd, Indigo, and much, much more. Get the new one out, Agent of Change. That's where all the fun's going to start. And of course, go ahead and get her first book, the one that is all bound with her late husband. Soulbound. Yeah. So make sure you do that. Christen, any final words? Any other promotions that you have on there? Obviously, you're going to be at the Comic-Con over there in Kansas. Any other thing else you want to promote?
Well, I mean, mostly we're just working on getting the Fae Touch Chronicles out. Like, I recommend they start with the first one, not the last one, even though it's the newest out. And keep an eye out for what's coming up next. We actually already have a cover. We're just kind of waiting to divulge what it is. But if people are into robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, then this might be something they'd be interested in.
Oh, okay. You're going to come up with your own fairy tale Robin Hood. I like it.
Men in Tights.
Maybe a second generation thing. Definitely related to Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Not about him, but related to him.
Listen, remember, she's got everything working up here. And I'm talking about some good shit working up here. She's going to put it on a book, and you're going to pretend like you're in the fucking Sherwood Forest shooting arrows at the freaking officer.
Exactly. Do the thing.
Do your thing.
Fight the bad guys or bad girls. You don't know. It might be a bad girl. You don't know.
Well, and let me ask you this. And again, you can be a short answer. You can go into detail. We're not going to judge anyway. What is your thoughts about this whole community with the transgenders and how that's going out? Do you support it, against it? Doesn't really matter.
I'm not against. No, not against it. I think it's not really my business what anybody does with their own life. So I'm very much a live and let live person.
Okay. I just said, you know what? Because you got perfume, you got cologne going there. You're still portraying to the man and woman sexuality. It's like a lot of people are saying, "Oh no, don't say that. You're hurting my feelings. It's not that. It's they or them." So. Anyway, I just want to go ahead and ask that quick question. I know it may be an odd way to end the interview, so I apologize.
No, I'm very much I think everybody should be nice and just live and let live. And I want to be treated with love, so I try to treat everybody with love. It's so much easier to be nice than it is to be mean. Like, I feel like you have to put forth concerted effort to be mean.
It's a lot of effort to hate somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is not. It is a waste. Don't do it. It's a waste of time. It just fills your own life with negativity. Like, just love, man. Let's just all be nice and love each other.
Can't we all just get one big hug, please?
Yes, group hugs are good.
And you know what? They're coming back. They're coming back because now we don't have to stay 6 feet apart anymore. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little being an introvert. I'm a little fearful. I'm like, oh God, the extroverts are going to be out and the huggers are going to be coming.
Yeah.
They're already here.
Don't fear. Hand sanitizer is just, if you're still scared, listen, wearing a mask. My wife still wears a mask at Walmart, and I think we should all have been wearing masks even before the pandemic at Walmart. But just saying, it's still okay to do that. It's still okay.
You know, and I've said this before, everybody is going to come out of this at a different speed and in a different way. And so when I have booths, like, I'll have masks ready. I'm fully vaccinated and everything, so I'm not that worried about it. And I had it back in 2020.
What?
Yeah, I had it. I lost a bunch of hair because of it. And, you know, I also have hand sanitizer on the booth. If somebody wants to pick up a book and read the back of it, but they're hesitant to touch anything, I say, I've got hand sanitizer. You are welcome to use it. It's here for anybody who wants it and would feel more comfortable with it. It's all about just respecting each other's boundaries and helping each other get through this and move forward.
Be a little more accommodating with each other.
Oh, not even that. You know what? She should, you know, like how Oprah has a stamp that, you know, you're part of Oprah's book club. Just put on here, this book has been vaccinated against the coronavirus. So it's,
I could get nailed for false advertising.
No, I mean,
I got a better idea. You got an idea, not a better idea. Well, why don't you go ahead and come out with your own sanitizer since you're coming out with your own perfume?
I don't know. My co-writer's doing all of the making of the perfume. She just suggested, and I was like, yes, that's a good idea. Let us do that. And then I'm going to sniff all of it when you get here.
Mention it to her and see how she feels about it. I only ask for like 0.5%. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah. Right. And while you're at it, make some shampoo and make some soap, and I mean, soap.
I
Is
know
easy to make.
her daughter makes soaps, which is how this perfume came about, and I think her
Oh,
son. There was also shampoo and conditioner being made. I don't know if it still is, but there for a while there was
Wow.
shampoo and conditioner and soap being made.
How old is
so
her daughter? I'm just curious.
yeah. Well, kind of a
What?
trade secret there.
I was wondering how old was her daughter, to have that sort of mindset to be able to create things like shampoos
She's an
and
adult.
soap. Oh, okay.
She's an adult. Like beyond the specifics, that's not mine to share, but she's an adult.
Okay, no, understood. I was just
Yeah.
curious because my fiance's daughter had actually came out with a lip balm when she was like 11 years old, and she was selling like the lip balm for a crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Entrepreneur right over there. He's going to be set for life. He's not going to have to work for a long time.
She's going to be set for life.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be a lot of work because I mean, that's the thing. I don't just write the books. I'm in charge of marketing them and distributing them, and I book the events. And I have a publicist who helps me book the interviews and stuff. But, a lot of it is on me. Like, I have bags that are branded Boundless Fantasy, and it's because I have a custom stamp, and I'll sit there and stamp like 50 bags,
Wow.
just like, ka-dunk.
I
It's a
gotta
little
ask.
bit like, it makes me feel a bit like Zorro, though, because it's just a B and an F. So I'm like, yes.
How much sleep do you get a night? I mean, all this going on. Number one, it's going to be stressful. Number two, the workload must be incredible. I mean, do you get any relaxing time?
Oh yeah, like the bag stamping. I usually will turn on something on Netflix or Hulu, and I can kind of it's busy work. It's just stuff that I don't have to think about it that much. I just make sure it doesn't get all crooked or upside down or sideways, which I have put them on sideways before. And then I'm like, wasted bag. But then my family gets branded bags for extra stuff. I'm like, look here, have this thing.
Yeah. You know what? You could actually sell that. That would be like one of those upside down stamps that's worth like $1 million. You never know.
Right. Someday it'll be worth something. Although I think it's been used for trash now. So I used it also for like testing different, because I'm still in the process of finding out which ink works best. So I think I used it testing a different ink as well. But I'm actually a night owl, so I've never slept a lot. I tend to not sleep.
Yeah, that's my wife. She's one of the, what is it, insomniac.
Yeah.
So she gets really tired when she has to wake up in the morning to go to work, drinks like 2 cups of coffee a day. It's like
Yeah, that's a big part of my writing process, is the 2 cups of coffee in the morning. That's a big part. I've gotten pretty good with my sleep hygiene to where I have a fairly regular sleep schedule. Here lately, I've been wanting to stay up later, but I was super, super busy when we were getting the Fae Touch Chronicles out, like just working from waking up to going to bed at midnight. And it's been a little slow. I've got a little bit of a lull until Smallville, so I've kind of just taken back and, I'll stamp some bags, I'll prep some for the con, work on bookmark designs, and then I kind of just waste a lot of time because I know that these breaks are few and far between, so I'm just sort of embracing it.
There you go. Enjoy it. Enjoy the rest. And everybody go see her at Comic-Con over there at the Smallville Comic-Con, Hutchinson, Kansas, June 18th and 19th. She'll have her own booth set up. Perfumes there, I assume?
Perfumes will be there, and it will be one of the very rare times that my co-author will be here in Kansas with me. So if they want the Fae Touch Chronicles signed by both of us, that's a great opportunity to come in and grab them. And you even get a special discount if you buy all 4. And we're going to be handing out little packets of cookies and a bag of tea. So, if you come and buy stuff, then you get, in fact, the Fae Touch Chronicles perfume, the one based off that, if you buy at least 2 or more of the books, you just get one of those for free.
And don't forget to go ahead and get your book so you can have it signed. That's on Amazon, $12.95 for Agent of Change. And of course, you have the other ones as well. They all range from $3.99 to $12.99 each. Just go ahead and go get it now, and make sure you go ahead and pop in at the Comic-Con on June 18th and 19th, less than 2 weeks away. Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm pretty much. There's a few I need to stamp a few more bags, but other than that, I'm ready.
Awesome.
And we'll have all of the books in case they don't have time to get them. We'll have all the books there.
There you go. Follow her on Twitter and on Instagram. Her full name, Christen Stovall, Chrisisten Stovall. Instagram, Twitter. Christen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
on
so
the
much.
show and taking
Thank you.
time out of your day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. You have a good one.
All right.
right.
Ew. Bye.
Bye-bye. For everybody else, we're going to go on a break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Stay where you are. The Charles Richardson Show will return after this.
I can't change anymore, but you don't like to listen. You just choose to ignore the way you feel. I've been looking for the key to your prison. Will always be at war if you refuse to say. Don't to live my life with no feelings inside your skull. All of my pride, but I found a way to hold my head up. I won't hold on till I die. No, I'll say goodbye if something doesn't change. There's nothing left to say. To live my life with no feelings inside your skull. All of my pride, but I found a way to hold my head up. I won't fall until I die. No, I'll say goodbye if something doesn't change. There's nothing left to say. Searching for something. Searching for these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the go. You know the thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Biden Joe to the old folks' home, 'cause his mind don't even work no more. Gonna take Biden Joe to the old folks' home, 'cause his mind don't even work no more. Corn popping Cadillacs, Lady Gaga's got my back. I can't remember Jack, 'cause my brain is melted wax. We hold these truths to be self-evident, you'll see. All men and women are created. You know the thing. Can't even remember nothing. I don't even know why I'm running. I can't even remember nothing.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
If there's no teleprompter, I begin to stutter. Blonde leg hairs in the water. Can I sniff your daughter? Challenge you to push-ups, tell the working man to shut up. Socialists are fed up. Bernie, you've been set up. Can't even remember nothing. I don't even know why I'm running. I can't even remember nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna take Biden Joe to the old folks' home, 'cause his mind don't even work no more. Gonna take Biden Joe to the old folks' home, 'cause his mind don't even work no more.
That's a stupid way to say it.
You know, Donald Trump was asked.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
We're back to the best show you have never heard of. That's the Charles Richardson Show.
Oh man. Woo! Bill, how we doing on interviews? We're still back.
Definitely, man. I think this one definitely made up for our last one.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all good. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. 813-699-5353. Phone lines are open if you want to go ahead and ring us in. Welcome a new co-host. We're breaking him in, or he's at least breaking some computers over there. I'm not sure. But Eric down there with the Michigan Wolverines hat. Dude, what's going on over there?
That's what we do. Well, we like to smash things over here in Detroit. So, that's just what we do.
It's all good.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain. Again, apologize about the technical issues there.
Yeah.
I think I got them fixed.
Yeah. What's going on over there? Is it just the computer giving you issues, or is your internet? Because, you should call Comcast about that.
You know what? I think that I will call Comcast about that. That's not the first time I've heard that. We had some issues over here. Memorial Day, we had like a big power outage that had us down about like 5 or 6 hours. And I think that they might be laying some new sort of like lines or something like that down. So
yeah, somebody's
it is what it is.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, we're testing out. Now, obviously, Eric has got a more professional setup and stuff like that, because you used to do a podcast or a show. I mean, do you still do one, or?
Used to just recently stopped. It was the Ear Hustling podcast with James and Eric. Did it for about 18 months. We about like 75 or 80 episodes. We did talent shows. We had political. Not political. We had politicians on there, people that were running for public office, transgenders, gays, lesbians. No, I don't think we did the lesbians, but the transgenders and the gays. We had a lot of topics that crossed a lot of different planes.
Hey, that's all what we're about too. You can see that when you heard us, it's like, we'll deal with everything and anything, and we'll even get into some funny stuff like like this one here, because it's like this is just big fucking nuts going on over here. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. This happened at a Chuck E. fucking Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I'm telling you,
hey, classy Chucky.
Yep. I'm almost afraid to even watch.
The goddamn Royal Rumble over there.
Man, were they fighting for the last piece of chicken?
Nah, that's white people there, man. There's cheese or something stupid like pepperoni.
hey, if the chicken's good enough, hey, they might fight for it too.
Honestly,
Wow,
I think they were fighting over the last piece of cheese because if the mouse got it, he's going to get in a trap. But whatever the case, it's like my son wants to have his 7th birthday at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going to show him this. It's like, really? You really want to have your birthday at that? Because look how birthdays go wrong.
and I guess that's why Chuck E. Cheese only serves beer. That's why they don't serve like hard liquor. Because you imagine what would happen if they did.
Well, but I can't imagine, Charles, with a man of your dimensions, you kind of command the presidents to, hey, don't bring that shit to my kid's birthday party. So,
absolutely, I'll go ahead and body slam them to the skee ball table.
That's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Fuck them. Hey, if that's what your kid wants, then give it to you, kid. Because what are they going to do to somebody like you? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'll be like that. Hey, Bubba, you and me, ball pit now.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then start taking off your clothes, right?
We're gonna
you can scare a big old boy with a little old dick, right? I'm telling you, nobody wants to fight the naked guy.
Well, hey, you know what? I'll fly down there with you too. A brawl, you know what? No problem. Because I know that Charles, you're a guy of size. I go about 6'3", about 260.
Yep.
So I think between me and you, we could
add another 60 pounds to that and 1 more inch.
1 more inch? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
we're talking about height, right?
Yeah.
just making sure we're not talking about length.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Listen, the stature, I don't know. It's not going to work out very well. 813-699-5353. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese just goes ahead and gets everybody all riled up. You don't get enough coupons or tickets or whatever the hell is going on. It's just, I'm just going to go ahead and just throw some pizza at somebody, or I'm going to throw some cheese at somebody and see how they react.
Well, where were the adults in the room, right? We
were fighting. That's what they were doing.
No, we saw, people posing as adults, but where were the actual adults, right?
No, there was none.
Because I'm going to tell you, my way of breaking up a fight, I'm going to try one time to separate you. And if that doesn't happen after that, then you're just going to go ahead and go to sleep. I just put people to sleep. That's how you stop that shit. Eventually, enough violence, they'll stop. Show them what nuts looks like, right?
No, I'm not going to show them what my nuts look like. They'd be embarrassed.
Hey, I'm telling you, like I said, nobody wants to fight the naked guy. So get in there, man.
Somebody that has nuts, that whoever the person is that's suing Mariah Carey for copyright infringement over All I Want for Christmas Is You.
That song's been out for like 25, 30 like 25 years, 25 years that song's been out. Now somebody wants to sue it.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, hello, it's been how long? It's been how long since this thing? 1994 is when she actually brought it out as the holiday classic.
It's the #1 Christmas song that's downloaded every year.
Yeah, no shizzle. And it's probably downloaded all right. You don't need to re-download it. I don't know why you have to download it again, but anyway, legendary songstress Mariah Carey's been hit with a copyright infringement lawsuit over her 94 holiday classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Songwriter Andy Stone filed a complaint in New Orleans federal court on Friday, alleging that he co-wrote the song in 1990 with the same title as Carey's enduring song. Stone, who serves as the frontman for the country pop band Vince Vance and Valiant, is asking for a minimum of $20 million in damages. He named Carey, her co-writer, and Sony Music Entertainment in the suit, claiming they illegally exploited his, quote, popularity and unique style. The two songs share the same titles. If you're not familiar with the Stones version, you can check it out here. I'm only going to play a little bit of it because Facebook likes to bump me, if that's the case. I will play a little bit on here because Facebook likes to bump me. There we go.
All right, so talk over so that way.
And we're going to talk over there, a little country. I have for $5 million, $5 million. I hear $6 million. $6 million.
Oh, I've heard this. Okay. Yeah. If we talk over it, Facebook won't gig you. So that's the only reason I'm filling the void.
And we can always say that we do not own the rights to the song, too.
By the way, we do own the rights to the song, and we're the ones going to get the $20 million. How about that?
Right.
This has got a Grease theme to it. all together. Hold on.
Different song.
What?
That's a completely different song.
I know it's a completely different song. You walked in at the wrong time.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how is that copyright infringement if it's a completely different song?
Yeah, you know what? So let's get your opinion. Obviously, it's a country song. I don't think it's the same lyrics. Are they the same lyrics?
It sounds totally different.
Yeah, different. Like, how are we going to go ahead and get that mix construed with Mariah Carey?
Well, now, if I understand it correctly, you said that he co-wrote the song. So what the how he has a copyright infringement argument is if they illegally removed him from the credits of being the author of that song. So if he truly co-wrote the song, then and they removed his name from it, then okay, he's got a complaint.
Count with me on this one, Philip. Count with me on this. 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
Not days, not weeks, not even months. 28 years. At some point in time, you got to think, man, maybe I should have sued her before. Maybe I should have sued her in 94.
Hey, man, you never know people's motivations for reaching out for that dollar. I mean, maybe, I don't know, man.
Here's the thing. You're going to sue Mariah Carey and Sony for $20 million? They'll go ahead and toss you a quarter. Here you go. There's the $20 million. Have a nice day.
The thing is, though, only that one line is the same. The rest of the song is completely different.
So, like
the rest of the lyrics are different.
Like Philip said, he co-wrote the song. Apparently, he never got any payment out of it. Now he's looking for a payday. He got broke. He had to pawn his stuff. But now he needs a payday.
But that other song does also get airplay. I've heard it before.
Yeah,
I have too.
But here's the thing, though. Shouldn't there be a statute of limitations on when you can sue somebody?
I would think so.
I don't think so.
It should be a statue of dumbasses. That's what it is.
Well, I don't think so. And the reason why, so like you take Muddy Waters, his song "Manish Boy," right? Yeah, da 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 dum, right? And then he says something, and so I mean that drum line, that's back in 40s, 40s. Right. And if someone still uses that bass line without getting approval from Muddy Waters Foundation or his whoever's handling his estate, if they don't get that approval, then so your statute of limitations is there.
Well, okay, I get it if she had released the song this year or last year or 5 years ago, but she released that song
94.
over 20 years ago.
Yeah, 94.
No, hey, I'm with you guys.
Almost 30 years.
Yeah, that at that point, it's like that I would say there's a statute of limitations as to how long the song's been out that you can decide to sue.
I get it. I'm thinking here, it's like, listen, 10 years, I think, is a statute. 20 years is a statute. Now you're almost at 30 years. At some point in time, it's like the ship has sailed, dude. If you didn't notice this, I mean, this is not one of these songs that treaded under the water. No, this motherfucker blew out of the water. It
is the Christmas song.
It is the Christmas song. As a matter of fact, there has been hate on bars to play that song because it's played so goddamn much.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you not notice this? Wait a minute. This is a big song. Maybe, and we're talking like late 90s. Oh my God, she released without my permission. Then we go into the 2000s. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Hey, but I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you, though, man. I have never listened to that song from beginning to end.
I've heard it
never.
a million times.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter if you listen to it and you listen to it.
No, like if I'm like, what? That's fucking Mariah. Nope. That's it. No. No. So I've never listened to that song. So I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe
you're talking to Mariah like Alyssa talks about Justin Timberlake. Justin, nope, not gonna listen. Not gonna listen to it.
She sucks. She sucks on all.
So that song has been in movies. It's been on TV shows. It's been everywhere.
I've never listened to it.
But it's been everywhere for over 20 years.
Eric,
if this guy had an issue with it, he should have brought it up sooner.
Eric, what's your take on this?
He should have brought it up sooner. He's probably in debt. Who knows what his motivation is. To me, it's asinine for somebody to wait that long to decide, oh, I want to go sue. Yeah. It should be a statute on that stuff.
Yeah,
there's been like it's just the stupidity of it. That's just like me going to go sue somebody who injured me, and I had a fight with them, say like in 9th grade.
Yeah, man.
How ridiculous is that?
I can't take what you said to me back in 9th grade. You called me a butthead. You're gonna pay now, and you're like both in wheelchairs and like you're in your 80s. And it's like,
and you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm sorry. There was actually somebody who sued Eminem because Eminem said something about him on one of his early albums.
D'Angelo Bailey.
Yeah, and so this is it's stupid. Like, oh, now your feelings are hurt.
Yep, because he said his name, D'Angelo Bailey. That's how he won that lawsuit.
Yep. So, but to me, I still found that was just kind of ridiculous because I don't understand. I think folks are just built different now.
Episode of Family Guy where Peter went back and like went after his childhood bully or something like that.
No,
he
went back. Yeah, it does. It's like you used to make fun of me, and the guy's like a quadriplegic or something like that. He's beating the shit out of him. Yeah. It's like you did this, you did that. Like, look at me now. I can barely walk.
Good old Family Guy.
I'm gonna beat you down. Then my son's gonna beat you. It's gonna be a father-son beat off. I think that's exactly the words that he used.
Probably. But I mean, it's like that kind of stupidity. It's like, really? You're really gonna go after this that long afterwards?
But at the same time, let's go ahead and look at it. $20 million to Sony is like a drop in the fucking bucket. Like, just pay him.
Yeah, and
may not be that simple. Not be that simple. They may take some of that money away from Mariah because of the lawsuit. Who knows where that $20 million bucks is going to come from?
And Mariah is not worth a lot either.
Off of that song on a yearly basis, I think she'll be all right.
I think she makes $20 million on one day of the holiday season on that thing.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure she will, but you just never know how those contracts. We sue her. it comes out of percentage for royalties. Maybe it's Mariah as opposed to Sony that's actually fighting the suit.
But still, like I said, she's not hurting either.
No, she isn't. I mean, I think that she had to pay Nick Cannon alimony when they divorced.
Well, I mean, that's just because Nick Cannon found a honeypot.
Yeah, Nick Cannon's not worth very much.
No.
Yeah, well, you're seeing as how all of the kids, he's trying to repopulate the world on his own, be fruitful and multiply. Nick Cannon's got more kids, and I probably got fingers right now.
See, Nick Cannon's doing the world a favor by sharing.
Well,
sharing is caring. Caring, whatever.
His most recent kid passed away.
Oh no!
Really? That sucks.
As an infant.
So
that was like a year or two ago.
So he has to impregnate another 4 or 5 women before he can go ahead and feel satisfied that he's not to make fun of his kid passed away, of course. That kind of sucks. All jokes aside, but still, man, you gotta keep impregnating. You gotta pass the cannon seed. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be more cannons around, so we can go ahead and bomb the Russians.
Well, he's got 2 with Mariah Carey, at least.
Yeah, that we know of. He's
got twins with her, and I thought they might have had another one. I'm not really sure.
Carey told the EW, or Entertainment Weekly, in 2019 that she is proud of the song's slow climb to holiday domination. She says when it first came out, it was more of a gradual thing. It was popular, but didn't have what it has now. I feel like more people have grown up with the song and has become part of people's lives in terms of the way they celebrate the holidays. That makes me feel really proud of somebody that loves Christmas so much. One thing Carey doesn't acknowledge is the age of the song, which featured prominently in the 2003 holiday film Love Actually. Carey isn't the only high-profile musician to face a lawsuit this year. In March, Dua Lipa was sued by the Florida-based group Architectural Sound System for the apparent similarities between her 2020 smash Levitating and their 2017 recording Live Your Life. Now that's more recent.
Makes more sense.
That's more recent.
That makes sense to me too. Yep. Okay,
yeah,
3 years, right?
Ago, okay, that makes sense.
Even though it was a little early for Christmas in July, here's Mariah's version of her All I Want for Christmas Is You. Just because Philip has not heard the song, I will sacrifice me getting kicked off.
I will take my headphones off.
No, you need to come on.
Dog, I'm
He's
cool.
serious. He really disdains that song. Doesn't
Well, you
Man,
know,
she sucks.
she does not suck. Not in this. Listen,
she can't sing. She can't dance.
Listen, recently I agree with you. She has gone off her
pretty
rocker.
much after that song came out,
Yeah, kind of. I guess you're right.
she kind of fell apart.
She's off her rocker, but this song is really good. That's all I can say.
Hey,
Well, and there's some early songs of hers that I really like.
Yeah, there's some early songs.
Yeah.
I think before Nick Cannon poked his needle inside her, I think there's
no,
some.
she was off her deep end before that.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she used to hang out, God rest her soul, with Whitney Houston. So,
well,
come on now, yeah.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Mariah
What?
Carey was popular in the early 90s.
Mhm.
By about 2000, she had lost it. Nick Cannon was on Nickelodeon doing his first acting gig in 2000 when she was kind of tapering off. So he's like a lot younger than her.
All right, I promise, no more.
You on drugs?
All right, 813-699-5353. Yeah, I mean, come on. This is one of Mariah's more popular hits, and whether she stole it or not, or whatever the claim is, it doesn't really go into what the claim is. Honestly,
Well,
it's like, we want 20 million.
As the article said, it was he co-wrote it and didn't get his credit. And look, whether he's heard the song and maybe he always thought that he got the credit for it, but wait a minute, I haven't been getting my damn royalties, right? Maybe that light bulb happened. I don't know, dude. Maybe
he was living in a fantasy world or
but
something
if
like
he's
that.
claiming to have co-wrote that other song that has the same title and shares the same one line from the chorus, then that's not the same song.
I kind of want to see where this all ends up, because honestly, I don't see it holding water. The judge is going to say, "You really going to sue after 28 years? You co-wrote the song. Okay, here's your dues. I'm gonna warn you, 20 million. That's it, and have a nice day." And they'll just sign away. Listen, that's it. That's all you want. Your royalties. Here's 20 million in back royalties, and you get X amount of percentage every time it's played.
I mean, it sounds like he's complaining about plagiarism. That's what it sounds more like. It's a plagiarized thing.
Okay, but
Sorry, Alyssa.
But how is that plagiarism if it's just one line that could be in anything?
True.
That's why I think it's going to get thrown out, because I mean, you're talking about artistic integrity at that point. I mean, you cannot copyright 6 words.
Exactly.
It's just. So I mean, especially when you try to find out just how because they're going to go into the testimony trying to figure out, well, hey, all I want for Christmas is you, right? That's the line. Well, how many times does that get said, throughout, the Christmas holiday season among families? So if it's a common phrase, then there's no way in shit that they're going to award this guy that, because it's going to be proven a common phrase.
It was said 20 times in the song, and I want $1 million for every time it's said in the song.
It's not well thought out.
I need to buy my kids some shoes. Give me $20 million. I mean, come on now.
If he wins that case, I'm telling you, I'm just done with the.
Do you realize how many people
I'm moving out of society.
I'm done.
Just saying,
I'll beat you off the grid somewhere.
You imagine all the people that coming out with the I co-wrote this and I co-wrote. It's just going to be flooding.
Yeah.
It's like
It's going to set a precedent.
Just like you go ahead and have Amanda Heard shit on your bed. Well, damn it, you imagine all the lawsuits that are coming out for somebody that shit in a bed. I mean, come on. Let's talk about that real quick. Johnny Depp awarded $15 million. Amber Heard $2 million. Both of them were found guilty in at least a count. Amber was just thrown right under the bus in regards to all of her claims of defamation were proven. Johnny's all of his claims of defamation were proven correct. Amber, one of them was proven correct, and it was based on her making to the media a claim about, hey, I've witnessed this firsthand. So number one, I went ahead and put into a petition, and I posted it on the Walt Disney World site. So we need to get Johnny Depp back as Jack Sparrow.
He said that he wouldn't do it. Even no matter how much Disney offered him, he wouldn't come back.
We'll see.
After the way that they treated him when this whole thing came out.
But let's bring that to a small point, and then we're going to touch into the actual trial itself. So the small point is he said that, but let's look at Disney's side. Disney's side was acting as a company. Hey, listen, you're being charged for this. Hey, listen, I'm sorry, whether it's true or not true, you're being charged. It's a black eye. We got to take you off.
Well, couldn't they say, let's put this on hold?
Yep. Let's hold production until it happens.
We find out what happens.
Yeah.
But they're gonna they what the shareholders stated in Disney was that there would be backlash that they didn't take action.
Well, action would have been putting everything on hold until you see what comes of it, whether he's guilty or not.
Eric,
innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, and what has that been proven? When does that come into play at all with a company? You see what Deshaun Watson went through? Bench his ass for 2 years. Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Bench his ass. I mean, he's
and then send him to Cleveland.
Problem.
Wasn't it Adrian Peterson who whipped his kid with a branch about the size of his thumb? You know, he was outdoors, so he picked a switch and whipped his ass. I mean, and he got body slammed. So I mean,
what about Michael Vick with the dog fighting? Wasn't that who that was?
Oh yeah,
yeah, but he actually did use the dog. I mean,
yeah, but before it was proven one way or the other, they were suspending him and.
Well, because they caught him. They caught him.
Yeah, they caught him doing it. He was arrested and they caught him on the scene. So it wasn't, I'm sorry, it wasn't a speculation sort of thing. He was caught the dog fighting. That's why his trial went so quick. And it's like, you know what? Okay, I did it. And they, sent him to jail. But no, he actually did that. But this situation, you've got two famous people, are throwing accusations at each other. And the pandemic obviously didn't help, as far as like the trial. So that got delayed. So once everything was clear, all of that stuff just got like drug out. But it was funny as hell, though. That trial was funny.
Yeah, it got pretty comical.
I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the trial itself, but the memes that came out of it were great.
We got a few of them to go ahead when we do our meme segment too. So yeah, absolutely. But no, it's just, so throughout the trial, when you were hearing it, Amber got on the stand, and apparently the jury, I mean, she was making an argument, but it kept on like she was, flip-flopping through stories like a politician. It's like, well, this happened. Well, actually, this happened, and then this. It's like, it just really, really kind of, she didn't have a really good story. And she didn't want, because all this is basically hearsay.
Yeah.
So here you go ahead and say, and you're going ahead and flip flop. And Johnny's coming up like, this will always be the day you remember that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
The funniest part of that trial to me was when he was getting crossed, and the attorney was alluding to the fact that he was like, so you were heavily drinking. He was like, I had a drink. Like, you were heavily drinking? Like, were you there? Lawyer was so mad. Lawyer was so mad. Man, I almost died. I literally started crying. I laughed so hard because the way that Johnny Depp just held that straight face and the way that he was looking at that attorney, and that attorney looked like he wanted to cuss him out.
Well, listen, you can't go ahead and, Depp is probably playing in character. He was probably in character.
He's an amazing actor, and he can.
When you think about it, though, let me ask you this though: when you think about it, how much do you think Johnny's character won versus Amber's flopped story? Do you think if Johnny got out of character, maybe got upset, maybe given different answers a little, even if it's just a little bit, do you think Amber may have came out a little bit ahead?
Maybe, but Johnny was too well prepared. He was too well prepared. He treated this like it was a movie role.
Well, and he also, he stuck with his guns. He was like, no, this is what happened, and this is,
Yeah,
she's,
like that's
she's lying.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and if
Yeah,
you
it was
stick to what you're saying and you don't, flip everything around and keep changing your story, then yeah, they're gonna believe you over the other person who's flip flopping.
Yeah, I mean,
Johnny got $15 million and she got two, I believe you said.
Yeah, $2 million because there was one defamation that Johnny did commit, and that held up in court. So he had to pay $2 million out of that one defamation that he did on his own. But Amber was straight across the board. Is this defamation? Yes, all across the board. So Johnny was awarded $10 million in civil and $5 million in punitive, which they said in Virginia. And correct me if I'm wrong, Philip, but they said in Virginia, I think it caps out at $350,000.
That's correct.
So he may not get all $5.
No. Once it hits that's all that he'll be allowed to get. Now, she's not. Although that's what he was awarded because of the cap. They will not allow that money to be paid out, even if the difference is given to a charity. They will not allow it to go toward any damages.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Why award it if they cap it?
Well, yeah, because if her, I don't get that, because then neither one of them's getting anything at that point.
Well, punitive.
Yeah, civil is different, but
civil, he's getting the whole $10 million.
Okay.
He's getting, $8 million.
Yeah, because it's in essence that what he's saying is it's a maximum fine of, so
Well, my point was if he owes her $2 million, she owes him
10. It's $8 million that Johnny will get ultimately after doing simple
right.
Because
well, no, I was
2.
thinking that the cap applied to all of it.
No. So punitive is capped in Virginia.
I thought they're just
civil
trading money here.
Yeah, civil is I guess to the moon. I guess. I don't know. I'm not in Virginia. Never will. Why the hell would they live in Virginia? God,
beautiful place.
No, it's not. I've been to Virginia. It's the mountains are beautiful, but the hell, what the hell?
That was where they had the nice rest stops. you were talking about how nice it was there.
I completely forget. I want to move to Virginia because of the nice fucking rest stops.
No,
Thank
but
God.
you were complimenting how nice it was there because when we stopped, they had like these welcome centers instead of just like a regular rest stop.
Yeah, I know they did. I mean, just to touch back on the trip, yeah, welcome centers like everywhere. I think north of Carolinas, they were welcome centers, not rest stops. Like you go in there and you have like 5 or 6 restaurants, and you have a place to watch TV and everything. It was just nice. All of them were nice. So not just Virginia, meet Virginia. Do. Let's go ahead and let's get into memes. Let's have a little fun here. All right, so let's go ahead and share that screen and watch. I'm sure my thing is going to crap out on me, but whatever. We'll try to get doing as much as possible. All right, here's our meme. So this one says, I want Johnny Depp to win this trial, look directly at Amber and say, you will always remember this as the day you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow, and then I will be satisfied. Here's Amber Heard right there looking really homely, newly single, comes with some debt and not quite housebroken.
Proven in court.
Yep. Here's the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, and the escape from that sadistic bitch from Atlantis. Not getting the laughs I thought it would get. Anyway, here's some bed sheets and what the hell looks like a hamster water bottle. I got tired of my kid calling out throughout the night for drinks. Boom,
yes.
Best $10 ever spent.
Yes.
I feel bad for parents nowadays. You have to be able to explain the birds and the bees, the bees and the bees, the birds and the birds, the bees that used to be bees, the birds that used to be birds, and the plus bees that still look like birds, but it got a stinger.
Mm-hmm.
Sad, isn't it?
That's truth in advertising.
Walking into a place called Menards. What a pirate says when he gets kicked in the nuts. Menards. Here's the Queen and a kid holding his ears. The Queen represents Backstreet Boys fans enjoying the concert with 60,000 girls who have been screaming since the 90s. The kid represents that significant other who didn't know what the hell they were getting into when they went to the concert.
And that's going to be you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, maybe. Here's a chick with a big ass fro. Me pulling into the gas station, hoping gas prices aren't too high. The gas prices is the fro. Here's two donkeys. One looks like they walked in the door with all the tails pinned on them, and the other one says, "You've been out partying all night again, haven't you?" Here's Star Wars characters at the top. I bought some shoes from a drug dealer, and not sure what they are laced with, but I've been tripping all day.
Star Trek, honey.
That's a dad joke.
Star Trek. That was a Star.
I like my dad jokes.
Yeah, you do.
They're funny.
On March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell makes the first phone call ever, and moments later, he was notified his car extended warranty had expired. Here's a road sign: rough road ahead, fasten bra straps, remove dentures. And finally, singing in the shower is all fun and games until you get shampoo in your mouth, then it becomes a soap opera.
Come on.
Wow. Okay.
That's got
there you go. There's our meme for.
You know it.
There's your meme for June the 6th, 2022. It's the Welcome Back edition on the Charles Richardson Show. Ooh, Dougie. Are we almost there yet? No.
Not yet.
Not yet. We still got 20 more minutes. Hey, Arby's is coming out with a burger.
We already talked about this.
Did we? No,
we did.
No, we didn't. I don't remember talking about their steakhouse burger.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
It was on our last show, but go ahead. You were so turned around by the psychic, you know. You were still reeling from that episode.
Talk about Cobain. We talked about the abortion clinic. Did we talk about Bank of America giving $22 an hour?
No.
No, let's do that then. Because this is the next job I'm taking after I get fired from Comcast. Going to Bank of America, $22 to start. Now, of course,
Really?
I'll try to check, and I probably won't get accepted, but whatever. It's a dream. So Bank of America has now is given its lowest paid employees a bump to $22 an hour, equivalent to nearly $46,000 a year for full-time workers. Here's the problem, though. It's given its lowest paid employees. What about the highest paid or the people that were getting $22 an hour before? Are they getting that equivalent? No. The Charlotte, North Carolina-based company's pay increase bolsters the earnings of a large portion of its 174,000 U.S. employees and follows wage hikes that have started with the bank's increase in its hourly base from $15 in 2017, $2 more in 2019, and then $2 more in 2021. Bank of America previously announced that it has plans to gradually raise its base pay to $25 an hour by 25. See how they use that? See how they use that? That was pretty clever.
25 by 25.
25 by 25. That's exactly. And that's not me turning 25 by 25. I'm way past that. In 2020, the last year of the data is available. The median earnings for all U.S. workers 15 and older was $41,535, according to the Census Bureau. For full-time workers, median pay came to $61,417 for men, $50,982 for women, according to the agency. So Bank of America going ahead, and again, let's point this out. Prices are soaring everywhere. We're not talking about gas because gas, that's just way too sensitive a topic. We're pushing $5 a gallon down here in Florida. They're pushing 10 in California.
I filled up my tank last night. It was almost $54.
Yeah, right.
I just paid because I don't hardly drive anymore, but I just paid for me. It was $4.69, and I'll tell you, man, my truck. It was real sad to look around at the gas pump because people, you could see them look at and just shake their head, and you see the pain, and it's fucking heartbreaking, right? Because I mean, when $100 bill won't even fill your vehicle up, that's a problem.
Well, if you have more than 20 gallons,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
See, I got like
I
a
drive
12
a little Ford Fiesta. So.
Yeah. Listen, it also depends too on the type of vehicle you want. If you want to be boss hogging it and get a big ass freaking F550 or whatever extended cab that has 50 gallons to it, well, guess what? You're gonna pay a lot of money to fill that tank up.
All
Even
right,
if it was
what I drive,
$2 a gallon.
I don't have a big truck. Like I drive a Ford F-150. You know, not a real. I mean, not a 250 or a 350. It's just a Ford F-150, right? It's just it's a full size truck.
You're a small guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm 5'17". I'm at 6'5". You better have some fucking leg room if you want me to be a part of your vehicle. And so we bought this in 2010. And even then, gas was right around the $3 mark with Obama in office, but it wasn't at these levels. But now you're seeing people, driving little bitty cars. You know, my son drives old rice burner, and he's shitting kittens because he's like, man, I just paid $50 to fill up my car. I've never paid that much. Usually it's $20.
And those rice burners, you go ahead and press on the accelerator, and you're spitting out $20 right there at one time.
Yep.
Do you think that maybe this is kind of pushing everybody towards get electric cars? Because the timing of the gas increase, the stuff that's going on in Ukraine and all of this other stuff, do you think that they're trying to drive the sales of electric cars with this whole gas price increase?
You're talking about maybe there's like an inside agenda and why the gas prices are so high?
I've heard of a lot of people looking at Teslas and other electric cars recently.
But the thing is with the electric car, here's the problem: is they're not very fast to fill up. Plus, the batteries are way expensive. So it's like buying a cell phone. Think of this. So a cell phone will charge up to 100%, and you get 8-hour battery life, 6-hour battery, 12-hour battery life, whatever. A full electric charge on most of these vehicles ranges from 300 to 450 a charge. What if we're going on that long road trip?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
And that's why I don't think that's the hidden agenda, because we don't have the infrastructure even set up for it. I mean, I think I've only seen one charger in my 43 years, and that was in Houston. And it was only one charger. I haven't seen those things all over.
Walmart.
Yeah,
We've
Walmart
got like 6 of them in our.
Yeah, Walmart's got and over in the Detroit area, they've got probably a few more. Surprisingly, because I stayed in Houston too. You know what? Even though the infrastructure is not in place, I'm pretty sure there's a plan in place in case there is an explosion for these cars all of a sudden being bought to try to avoid having to pay those high gas prices.
But I'm also thinking too, it's like, and this, I've said this and I've expressed this on the show many times, is the raise in minimum wage is raising everything else.
Yes. Including unemployment.
Yeah, that too. It's honestly, it was the worst thing ever to do, to raise minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
The housing rental is gone through the roof. The gas has gone through the roof. Essentials are going through the roof. It's just getting more expensive because people want to set the bar that much higher.
Well, and I think the pandemic screwed us over a lot too, is because people were not able to work for a period of time, and they were getting paid anyway because the government was paying them.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the sudden now they have to go back to work, and some of them are like, well, I don't want to unless you're going to pay me more.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, it's like, you're going to have to go back to work. Who's going to pay the $2,500 rent for a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment? Who's going to go ahead and pay for that?
But a lot of them still aren't going back to work. That's the thing.
No.
Yeah, but those benefits are getting ready to expire soon. So a lot of those folks that are milking it, yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like, honestly, my God. So it's the Bank of America. Listen, God bless them. They're able to pay their employees more, $20 minimum. But again, it's destroying the economy. It's just raising everything up to sky. I'm not just saying Bank of America is the one doing it. There's many other companies that are doing it. If they can do it, they're going to. And these little mom and pop shops, goodbye.
Yeah, they can't compete.
There's no way. The big corporations, they'll go ahead and do it. They'll go ahead and pay the $18, $20. Disney is starting their employees at $18 an hour. I used to work for Disney when the minimum wage was like, $7.25. I got $9.06 to start. Please. Disney getting $18 an hour? About ready to move. Won't let me, but I'm ready. I'm ready to work for the mouse again. Telling you, riding a bus, I don't have to sell
I don't
anything.
know where you think we're gonna live.
Cardboard box like everybody else.
Well, I was looking up the minimum wage, like the highest paying minimum wage fast food restaurant jobs. $19 an hour to work at KFC.
KFC?
Yes.
The fuck are they doing with their chicken in there?
In Florida.
Wow.
$19, and I think Dunkin' Donuts wasn't too far behind them at like 17 and a quarter.
Well, they got crack in their coffee, so they're probably on that crack.
Okay. I was like, damn. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So a 16-year-old kid making like $19 an hour.
Yeah.
With a summer job. So
yeah. Fuck summer job. What are you talking about?
Well, the thing is, that,
You're gonna make a
unfortunately,
career out of that
$19 an hour, it ain't going to buy them shit. They can't house them. They still will not be able to move out of their parents' house.
And they're probably not working full time either.
Well, they may be, but they are though.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're gonna look as a person who's worked in the restaurant field, if you're gonna pay me the same thing you're gonna pay somebody walking on the street, and I've been there for a while, then there's another problem.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure there's an infrastructure in there to
Yeah,
kind of balance that out, because that's what it was. Anytime a minimum wage raised in our state, the companies that I worked for took whatever the minimum wage was and whatever it is they bumped it up to, and they took, let's just say it was a $3 difference, they bump up the existing employees $3.
That would be fair, but that doesn't always happen.
No,
it doesn't. And I've had some people tell me, they raised the minimum wage to guys coming in here. I've been here 4 years, and he or she is making like 50 or 75 cents, like less than me.
Yeah.
I've got that going on at my work right now.
Yep. She recently got a couple of raises, and they go, "Wow, I must be doing that good." No, because it's
I'm barely over what they're
hiring for. Yeah,
that they're hiring new people.
Yeah.
For and I've
not
been
to go
there
into too much
for
detail.
3 years.
Yeah, not to go into too much detail. She's like one of the best. She's one of the best.
I know how you feel when it comes to that, because I would be fighting mad. I'm usually the kind of guy in a situation like that. I would stay silent, but actively looking.
Well,
I've been kind of looking for her, and I'm like seeing these places over there, 21, 22, 25 an hour. I'm thinking, now the only thing is this company treated her really good. Yeah. I mean, on the side of the hourly wage, they've treated her really good. They've let her take time off when she needs it, been understanding if things happen with our son, because our son sometimes needs some special attention. But they've been treating her really good. So we don't know what this company that's going to pay $25, $26 an hour is going to be. Is it going to be real assholes or?
Yeah, I don't want to walk out on the good thing I've got going.
Yeah, that 80-20 rule, right? You got at the 80-20, you got 80 right now, and you're looking over for that other 20 to make it
actually
feel like you're getting 100.
And me and Eric's field is actually 70-30. Oh wait, I'm talking the wrong thing there. So anyway,
it is, but I mean, hey, at this point, I mean, if the company's that good to you, and and you're that good of an employee, take a chance. Hey, so I hear this, and this is what I know. Can we, can y'all meet me halfway? Go in there and ask, know your worth, and then go get it.
Yeah. Well,
and the worst thing they can say is no. All right.
I just got another raise a couple weeks ago.
Worst thing they can say is you're fired.
They're inching it up little by little, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a raise. We're not talking about $1 or $2 or 50.
Right, but no, Charles, I understand what you're saying, Charles. That the worst they can say is you're fired. I understand that fear, but that's not going to happen if you're humble, right? If you're like, hey, guys, I've been with you guys for
you approach
X
it,
number of years. Yeah, it's all in the way you approach it. And if you're grateful, hey guys, first off, I love this company. I love everything you've done. Y'all have always been there for me, and I think I've always liked to have been there for you. What do you think? Is it possible? That I want X, right? I want X a year or X a month, whatever your value is.
Let's talk about that real quick, Phil. So let me bring you a scenario, okay?
Okay.
So you've been recently in the past year, have got 3 raises?
Yeah.
3 raises, bringing you about $3.50 extra an hour.
Okay.
Okay. Recently, Okay.
No, almost $4 extra.
Oh, almost $4. You're bubbling at the $19 range.
Okay.
So obviously she knows what she knows about the new hires that are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You divulge that, or do you kind of stay away from that?
I think I would. I mean, because the thing is just honesty. But hey, so I've been here for this long. This is what I'm making. The new hires are making this. I think
you're not supposed to know what the new hires are making. That's the catch.
Well, but it's on Indeed. I mean, it's not like it's.
And that's the thing.
Well, hold on, Phil. So what are you doing on Indeed, Miss Richardson?
I'm not even really. It just.
I'm just saying.
No, the easy thing is I still get alerts.
I'm just saying the cross talk that could happen.
Well, there it is. Well, hey, I still get alerts on my phone. Look, I haven't been job searching in years, and I still get job alerts from Indeed.
So do I.
I'm not, so I mean, I'm not on Indeed. It's just that I always get these job alerts. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
still
I get it.
Emails.
I get it.
But you can say, hey, look, with this information, this is what new hires are getting brought in, and I've been here for a while. I appreciate the raises, but are these people going to be making what I'm making after this much time spent? Probably not. They're going to be better, and I'm just asking to be better.
Yeah,
that's the way you word it, I guess.
Yeah, hey, I'm battle tested. It's like any assignment that you've given me, it's done. You don't have to wonder whether or not it's going to get done. You know it's going to get done. Right. So, hey, you need to. I feel like that I'm underappreciated and undervalued. This is what would make me feel appreciated and valued. Now, most of the time you're going to get that, well, I don't know, I'm going to see what the first offer. So, I mean, go shoot for the stars.
We got John on the phone. John, what's up?
Hey, I'm listening to you guys talking, and check this out at my work. Where I work at truck stop up here, TA.
Right.
The cashiers, they're hiring new people. They're paying the new people more than they are the regular cashiers that have been there for 2-3 years. And I asked a couple of them, well, did they bump you guys up to their standard? What they hired at? Nope, they won't do it. You know what they were told? If you don't like it, there's other jobs out there. Some of that ain't some bullshit.
It's bullshit. Absolutely. Loyalty doesn't
matter.
matter.
Because they know nobody's going to call their bluff. I guarantee you, if those people called their bluff, well, if you don't like it, go find another job. All right, out. I guarantee you they wouldn't have made it to the parking lot before they're like, okay, let's renegotiate.
You really think that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And the management that's running it, I've been there a little over a year. She's running the place into the ground. Right now, our minimum wage, it's 14. I think it's 13.50. This year it goes up $1 next month, and then right after that, next year it goes up $1, $15 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But,
all that money there, John, all that money that you're getting, all that money that we're going to be getting. Wait, milk just went up another 25 cents. Bread just went up another 50 cents.
I tried to explain to some knuckleheads up here. They don't get it. It's like, listen, your rent's going to go up. The milk's going up. The price of bread's going to, and also too, all the stimulus money that we all got. Yeah, it was great. We used it. We needed it. We got it.
Time to pay it back.
Paying for it now.
Yep.
And I tried telling that. It's like, the thing, we're going to end up paying for it in the long run. And, it's going to hurt you, if anything.
Yep, absolutely.
I
hear you,
but
man.
anyways, guys, hey, that was a great interview tonight.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
My wife's going to check out her books. I'm not much of a reader, but she's going to check her books and probably buy a few.
Yep.
She's got the Kindle, so.
Yep. If she likes human and goblin sex, absolutely.
Oh, of course.
I'm kidding.
Of course she does. Goo. The goo dolls.
Yes, there you go. All right, John.
Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. All right, John up there in Connecticut. Yeah, $14.50 an hour up there minimum. He said that New York right here. He was saying New York is at 16 right now. Minimum wage will be $15. New York is at 16. He's like saying right now $4.70 for regular gas, $6.50 for diesel.
Okay, it's pretty close here in Texas, and we have the refineries here in my town.
But what's the taxes like in Texas? That's the thing, because when you go to California, they have what I read up on is California. They have another type of blend to their fuel. It's more green. Yep. Plus, it's also they have just those taxes that are adding on that are just insane.
Yep. No, we don't have a state tax here, so that saves us a lot.
Yeah, exactly. What's where you at, Eric? You're in Michigan, right?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan.
What's it like up there?
Gas. We went and got gas yesterday. It was like $4.98.
$4.98.
$4.98.
I think mine was
now
$4.75 yesterday.
Yeah,
we have refineries in Michigan as well. A little known fact. And our gas, this is the highest that it's ever been.
Same.
And it's a damn shame that you have to make a choice whether you're gonna eat, purchase your medication or put some gas in a car. Yeah. That's what's facing a lot of people, that are barely getting by without all of this crazy stuff.
Well, you take someone like me who's on a fixed income, right? That fixed
income. You know what? That fixed income is probably $15, $16 an hour. That's what the fixed income is now.
No. With that fixed income, you're talking about barely, not even breaking 35 a year.
Yeah.
Right. And so when that dollar, when that money starts going to other places like gas, it's like, holy shit. I'm almost to the point where we're going to have too much month at the end of our money if we're not careful.
Yeah. John's calling back. What's up, man?
Hey, I don't know people on the panel what side of the political field you're on. I'm a writer, but I honestly believe the left is trying to destroy this country.
I agree, John. I agree. I write with my right hand, but I jerk off in my left. So it's like I think the left is trying to destroy me.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Also, too, check this. Look at Pelosi's husband. Just got busted for DWI. What do you think's going to happen to him? Probably not a fucking thing.
Nope. No. They're gonna waive it. They're gonna waive it, and they're gonna send the money over to Mariah Carey.
Whatever they're gonna do. Right. But anyways, they're gonna destroy this country. They've been doing it.
Oh yeah, it's
a
shame.
Have a good night.
Take care. I think that's the last call we'll take. We got 3 minutes to go. Any final words? Let's start with our newbie, since he has finally got his internet running up in there. Let's go with Eric. Eric, close us out, man.
Well, hey, appreciate being on the show. Had a lot of fun. The only thing I can really say is, America, just stay strong. Figure out what you need to do in terms of supplementing your income. Don't know if that's you re-educating yourself or you pursuing a dream with the special talent that you have. But we've always been able to overcome these hard situations, and this is going to be no different. So, hey, get your hustle on and stay safe.
All right, Eric, we'll see you Wednesday.
That's it.
Philip D, go ahead with your promotion on your show.
All right. So, hey, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, IPM Nation, Raw Talk Online, Military Broadcast Radio, AOW Radio Network. We talk about mental health. We talk about politics. We talk about what's going on in our country. And I'm just about as fed up as you guys are. But tune in, guys. It's always a good time.
Yep. Make sure you join him on YouTube. The Philip D. Blackman Show right there on YouTube. And, of course, make sure you visit our station, rawtalkonlineradio.com. You can hear us 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 9 Eastern. Philip shows right there, right before ours. The Matt Connerton Unleashed program from 4 to 6, Monday through Friday. And kick your morning off the right way. From 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, it's the Morning Mayhem with DJ Scotty. And then from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., it's the Steve Jarrett Morning Show. So lots of stuff happening throughout the week. And we'll see you back here Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Charles Richardson Show. So take care, everybody. Have fun, and we'll see you then Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Stay safe, America.
Even though my world is black, I can see a speck of light. Feeling stronger, feeling free.